Your phone just lit up with an unknown number. You answer, and the person on the other end says they're the insurance adjuster handling your car wreck. They sound incredibly friendly. They ask how you're feeling. They might even say they just want to get some money into your pocket today so you can pay for groceries. It feels like a lifeline. It's actually a trap. I'm going to walk you through exactly what to say, and more importantly, what not to say when the insurance company calls. The first question you're probably asking yourself right now is why the adjuster sounds so nice if they're just trying to save a buck. An insurance adjuster is the person employed by the insurance company to investigate your claim. Their job is to figure out what happened, but their ultimate goal is to save the insurance company money. They aren't your friend. They're trained to sound warm and empathetic because they want you to let your guard down. When you feel comfortable, you talk more. When you talk more, you give them details. Those details will eventually be used to minimize your payout or deny your claim entirely. They're doing a job, and they're good at it. So, what do you actually say when they ask you to give a recorded statement? The adjuster will usually say something like, "We just need to get your side of the story on tape to process your claim." Say this instead, "I am not comfortable giving a recorded statement right now, but I will gladly provide the police report and the basic facts in writing." You don't have to give a recorded statement to the other driver's insurance company. There's no law requiring it. A recorded statement is just an official audio recording of your answers. The adjuster wants this because they can later pick apart your words, use them against you, or claim you contradicted yourself. When you're standing in the middle of a stressful situation, you might accidentally say something inaccurate. If you say the car was going 40 miles an hour and later the damage shows it was 30, they'll claim you lied. Stick to basic facts in writing. Let's say the adjuster asks, "How fast were you going when you hit the brakes?" Don't guess. Say this instead, "I am still gathering all the details, so I can't answer that right now." If you guess a number, that becomes their permanent evidence. When you're hurt or shaken up after an accident, your memory isn't perfect. Never speculate. This brings up the biggest trap of all, the casual medical question. The adjuster will ask, "You're feeling okay now, right?" Or they might say, "It looks like you got lucky and didn't get hurt." Say this instead, "I am still evaluating my injuries and following my doctor's advice, so I can't confirm that yet." Don't say you're fine. In personal injury law, there's something called damages. Damages are the total sum of money you're owed for your injuries, your medical bills, and your lost wages. If you tell the adjuster you feel fine, they'll write that down in your file. 3 weeks later, when your back finally gives out because of the hidden whiplash you sustained, the insurance company will pull out that recorded note. They'll say you clearly told them you weren't hurt, so they won't pay your new medical bills. Soft tissue injuries like muscle tears or whiplash often take days or even weeks to show up. Adrenaline masks pain in the immediate aftermath of a crash. Never downplay your physical condition. Next, the adjuster will usually ask you for your full medical history. They might say they need your previous records to process the claim. Say this instead, "I will only authorize the release of medical records directly related to this specific incident." An insurance company loves to pull a trick called a pre-existing condition. A pre-existing condition is a medical issue you already had before this current accident happened. If you hurt your lower back 5 years ago lifting heavy boxes at work, they'll try to say your current back pain is just from your old job, not their driver who rear-ended you. By signing a broad medical release, you're handing them the keys to your entire life. They might dig through a completely unrelated sprained ankle from a decade ago just to muddy the waters. Only allow them access to the specific charts from the specific doctors treating you for this exact crash. A lot of people ask if they even have to talk to the other person's insurance company at all. You generally don't. If the crash was the other driver's fault, their insurance company isn't on your side. You only have a duty to cooperate with your own insurance company because you have a contract with them, but even then, keep it brief. When dealing with the other driver's insurance, you can simply decline the call and tell them to contact your auto insurance provider instead. Sometimes, the adjuster will get aggressive. They might say that if you don't give a statement today, they'll close your file. Say this, "I understand, but I am not providing a statement today." They're bluffing to pressure you. They can't just close a valid claim because you refuse to record yourself. They still have to investigate the property damage. Stand your ground politely but firmly. You might be wondering what happens if the adjuster shows up at your door. If an insurance investigator knocks on your house, you don't have to let them in. You don't have to speak with them. You can step outside, close the door behind you, and tell them that all communication must go through the mail. If they want to inspect your damaged vehicle, make sure you're present, but never hand over your only copy of any paperwork. Keep copies of every single document, receipt, and repair estimate. This naturally leads to the question of when you actually need to stop handling this yourself and hire a professional. You need a lawyer the moment things get complicated. If you just had a minor fender bender and a scratch on your bumper, you can probably handle the property damage claim directly with the insurance company. But if there's any injury, any trip to the emergency room, or any lost time at work, it's time to get counsel. Also, if the insurance company starts ignoring your calls, denying obvious facts, or acting in bad faith, you need representation. A lawyer handles the adjuster for you. Once you hire an attorney, the adjuster is legally prohibited from calling you directly. Your lawyer steps in, stops the harassment, and forces the insurance company to play by the rules. Remember that every single state has different rules regarding accidents and insurance claims. Some states are no-fault states. In a no-fault state, your own insurance company pays for your medical bills regardless of who caused the crash, and you generally can't sue the other driver unless your injuries meet a certain severe threshold. Other states are at-fault states, where the person who caused the crash pays. Because the laws vary so drastically depending on where you live, you have to check your local rules or speak to someone who knows them. What I am explaining to you right now is education about how the system generally functions. It isn't legal advice for your specific case. I can't tell you exactly what to do in your living room tonight. I can only show you the playbook the insurance industry uses so you can recognize the moves when they happen to you. The insurance industry relies on you being tired, stressed, and desperate for a quick fix. They want you to take the first lowball offer just to make the headache go away. When you know the script, you take back the power. You dictate the pace of the negotiation. You make them wait for the medical reports. You force them to prove their case instead of just taking their word for it. Protecting your rights isn't about being rude or aggressive to the person on the phone. It's simply about being precise with your words. If an adjuster ever pressures you to make a split-second decision on a settlement, that's a massive red flag. A fair offer will still be fair tomorrow after you've slept on it and reviewed it thoroughly. Insurance adjusters are just people doing a highly specialized job. You can be completely polite while refusing to fall into their traps. Keep your answers short. Stick to the basic facts of the metal bending. Leave your medical prognosis to the doctors, and leave the legal maneuvering to the professionals if the numbers start getting too big to risk. What is the absolute worst thing an insurance adjuster has ever tried to pull on you after a wreck? Tell me down in the comments below. If this breakdown gave you a shield for your next phone call with the insurance company, send it to a buddy who is currently stressing over a wrecked pickup truck in their driveway, and make sure you subscribe to Scribble Law so you always know the playbook before someone tries to back you into a corner.